Hi guys, it's Max here with dartsreviews.tv in association with dartsplanet.tv. We've got something a bit different for you today. We've got some brass darts from Mission, and these are the Phantom. Quite interesting looking sort of dart. Not something I've reviewed that much in the past, but I think it's really good for people that are coming into the game, whether you're first time players or maybe a child that's looking at starting. This is the sort of dart that's going to be absolutely ideal for them because they can play about with different grips, weights, all that sort of thing as well. What I think we'll do is we'll go over to the table, we'll get these out and we'll have a look. We're over at the table with the Mission Phantom darts. Really striking box here with this like glittery phantom name there with almost like a spectre sort of ghostly image behind, and then we've got like another phantom image here going all the way behind the window there showing the barrel setup and the flights behind there. 22 gram darts, and they're match weighted to 0.05 grams, and we have the Mission logo. Over on the back, name up at the top, a little bit of a write up there from Mission, what's in the box, and some safety information. Let's get the darts out so we can have a look. Comes in this velvet covered plastic insert, doing everything it needs to, keeping it safe in the box. Mission branded point holder. The barrel's already attached to the stems there, all in place, and the flight's held in just behind that middle dart barrel. So let's get one out so we can have a look. Starting at the front of the dart, we have a black coated point, just adding a little bit more grip than the standard silver, before going into this really steep tapered section here with this micro ring grip the whole way down. Then we go into the front grip section, which has this twin ring grip. Quite square cut. I can feel it catching on my finger and thumb, so it's adding lots of grip, but the really shiny silver is quite smooth. As I run my finger around it, it's like a really smooth feel to it. Then at the rear section, we have this like purpley inlaid section with the quite a wide scallop. Again, it's got a ring grip there. The rings themselves are really narrow. I'd say they're almost half the width of the groove itself with that purple inlay. Plenty of grip area, so whether you hold your finger like sideways or more lateral that way, definitely lots of area to get a lot of push onto the actual barrel. Then we have quite a big taper here at the back with this smooth section with the etched in Mission logo going into a short grip lock black stem. As you can see, it's quite a wide barrel. That's because this is a brass and silver dart. It means it's going to be a lot wider for the same weight if you had a higher tungsten content dart, because obviously brass isn't as heavy. But these are targeting more for people just starting out or children and that you want to get into it. So you're not breaking the bank going to try lots of different darts that are quite expensive. Quite an interesting sort of like grip zone area, because most brass darts, as you know, they usually come with like a standard knurl or ring grip, and it's really good that they're coming out with all of these new designs to give children and beginners more of a feel for what darts feel like, and gives them more of a chance to work out exactly what it is they like about a dart before they go out and spend a bit more and start playing about with weights and everything as well. Definitely sort of like the balance on it feels quite central, especially with this quite steep micro ring taper at the front, but that should add a little bit of a grouping area at the front anyway, so hopefully you can get a little bit slightly tighter grouping. Measurements on this, at its widest part, it is 8mm, and the barrel length is 55mm. Again, the dart barrel itself is going to be slightly oversized because obviously being brass, it is a softer and lighter material. What I think we'll do is we'll go and get a flight on and we'll take them over to the board and see how we get on with them. So we're over in the dart room with the Mission Phantom darts. This is part of their brass dart range. I think it's a great idea for newcomers or youngsters getting into the sport. They're not going to break the bank, and they get to try different sort of like styles of dart until they find exactly what it is they like. I'm going to have a couple of throws just so I can get used to them, and then we'll go into our 201 practice routine. So let's see how we get on. Starts off nice and straight. I'm throwing from that scallop at the back. Or a nice steady 60. Obviously, being brass, they're quite a wide dart, but holding in the scallop does make it a little bit thinner to the touch, and it's nice that it's got that ring grip in there as well. Oh, a little bit of a wobble with that last one. It's only a 41, but they're very, very tightly round that treble. All in all, they feel okay. They're a 22-gram dart, so just the right sort of weight for me. It's just getting used to the thickness of the barrel so I can get a nice feel. But that scallop is adding a really nice push point, so it's going to be ideal for people that want to try more of a push rather than a pull. So yeah, let's go straight into our 201 practice routine. Game on. Or just wide. Or 83. Nice and tight though. It's leaving us 118. Oh, threw that a little bit too hard. Dear oh dear. That's left us 22. Oh, just wide. Let's see if we can tidy this up and actually hit the double we're aiming for. Or a little bit tight. Left ourselves 8. Now we're on a regular double. There we go, in 2 darts. A little bit disappointed to throw that for that to like the 18 a little bit too high into the double. It sort of threw me off and I didn't quite correct myself properly. But all in all, the dart itself felt really, really nice considering it's quite a thick barrel. Clean, consistent sort of release. I did give it a little bit too much of an oomph. I think playing with them a bit longer, I'd get used to the thickness of the barrel. But I think it's going to be a great dart for sort of like youngsters and that coming into the sport to really get a feel for a scallop, or even just a standard sort of ring grip as well. And I like the taper at the front, so it's going to give you a little bit of tighter grouping if you are getting them all in that treble. So yeah, let's have a final thought. Well, I didn't do too great. A little bit unfortunate not to finish it better, but the actual grip itself felt really nice. That scallop fit my fingers perfectly, and with that ring grip, yeah, it was quite ideal. I think obviously it's a brass dart, so it's quite wide. If it was a bit thinner, the balance on that worked really, really well. I'm going to give it a grip rating of 3.5, purely for the fact that the scallop gives you a really, really good push point, and with that extra ring grip in there, you aren't sliding about and you're getting a clean, consistent push or pull, depending on how you throw, each and every time. So you know you're going to get a nice, good follow through. It only comes in 22 grams, so not a big range, but I think that's a great starting weight for people coming into the sport because once you've been playing a little while, you can always play about and get another set of darts that tailored a bit more to how you want it to feel. Price point for this is absolutely amazing. It is only £12.95, so it's not breaking the bank. It's a sort of dart that you could start with, use it for a while, and then as you get better and more confident, you can put this in the drawer in case friends or family come round, or maybe put them behind the bar or something so other people can try them. You never know. You know, it's suitable for so many different people. If you've got a set of these or looking to get a set or any questions or anything, head on down into the comment section and let us know. Make sure you head on over to dartsreviews.tv and dartsplanet.tv. There's lots of reviews, articles, competitions, all sorts on there. And make sure you check out Superfans. It's a new thing over at dartsplanet.tv. There's some big savings to be had, and there's loads of free giveaways on there as well. Sorry. Make sure you tick subscribe and tick the notification bell so you know about the stuff coming up in the future. It's not just reviews, there's lots of other stuff, and it could be something like new out that you really, really want to check out before you go out and look in the shop and stuff like that. And as always, come back, check us out again soon. Bye.